Hello.
Hi, Chris. It's Jennifer Kuhn from Council. How are you?
Hello, Jen.
Okay, so, all right. So we have about, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah, whatever you need.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm just going to ask you some questions, and then we will kind of, Q&A for, 10 minutes, and then we'll be good to go. First one is the same question. So 21 candidates, just so you know. We are trying to get everybody done this weekend as quick as we can. I apologize that we didn't respond to your email. The clerk actually had a baby on Friday, so we have a deputy clerk.
No worries.
So it got a little... All right, good. Okay. So with that being said, all right, so first question is, what do you believe are the core responsibilities that comes with serving on the Jackson Township Council?
The core responsibilities, I would say, is, first and foremost, you listen to the people. You have to make the right decisions that affect the community. I think those are the most important things. You have to keep everything running properly, efficiently, and you have to listen to the will of the people.
Okay, but what does the council do?
Council creates, you create ordinances.
Okay. So okay, perfect. Love that. All right, so the second question, go right into number 2. Can you give me an example of how you have successfully worked as part of a team to accomplish a shared goal? And how would you apply that to the experience to working and collaborating on the council?
Sure. Well, I've managed businesses in the past, worked in, large team to grow businesses. I've taken leadership roles. In my job, I went from, just a apprentice to a lead mechanic where I have my own van. I've given responsibilities on the regular to get the job done. And I understand having the pressure on myself and the responsibility on me. And I'm willing to always take the accountability to get the job done and do what's right. And I understand if it's my job, my responsibility, everything rests on my shoulders. And I do that consistently, whether I'm managing a business, running a business, or in my everyday job.
Okay, so you're saying that would lay on your shoulders. So do you feel like you're able to collaborate with other council members?
Absolutely. I work with other people all the time. I have to work with different personalities, different people. We have to collaborate between my management, other leaders within the company as well, in my regular everyday job. And as managing a company, I've also worked for other people, and I have a lot of team experience.
So you understand that the success of the council comes from collaboration and not the personal agenda of the council, correct? Is that what you're saying?
No, I understand that the council should be working together to do what's best for the town, 100%.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure. Okay. So the creation of ordinances can significantly impact our residents. Can you walk me through how you would approach developing or supporting a new ordinance?
Well, I think obviously you have to speak to the people, understand what's going on, what the issue is. You have to, it depends on what the ordinance is for, what's going on, what needs to be done. That's what's going to be most important in the first place. What are you trying to accomplish? What's the purpose? You have to research this, understand what needs to be done, what are the solutions, what can legally be done. You obviously have to consult, the township attorney about all this and what can be done, because the last thing you want to do is try to present something forward and it's not legally sound and then get the town in trouble. Those are very, very important things that I fully understand.
Okay, all right. So public input, so you talk to, okay. All right. So in situations where you disagree with another council member or administration staff, how would you handle that conflict while maintaining productivity and respect?
Well, I think you just have to have a simple, honest conversation about it. I'm a very straightforward person, if you can't tell, and that's the way I like to keep it. I don't have to be mean or nasty about stuff, but if there's an issue or problem, we can speak about it, and I'm happy to speak very earnestly and very honestly to anybody.
Okay. All right, so it's going to go into my next one. So you shared public, blogs and posts expressing strong criticism for the current council.
Yes.
Including allegations of corruption. Can you explain the basis of these claims and how you see yourself working and collaborating with the same individuals you publicly condemned.
Well, I think there's a lot of conflicts of interest going on, and I think that's why you need somebody like me in there to speak up and straighten it out. To be honest, I don't think a real estate business owner should be a president of the council. I don't think our vice president should have a political action committee. No, I'm sorry, his wife and the wife of a major developer should have a political action committee that raised over $250,000, mostly coming from developers and construction, people seeking permits and things like that. I just don't think that's okay. I just, anybody with 2 eyes and ears can understand that that's not okay. And it's a huge problem that everybody's concerned about. And I'll speak up about it. And listen, if I have to work with you guys, I'll work with you guys.
I just want to know, okay,
You want to know about it?
Just going to give you a little information. I don't know how long you've lived here, but just to give you a little back history of council and administration and mayors and department heads. So, multiple mayors have been real estate brokers.
Yeah.
Multiple council members have owned real estate companies. Actually, the one that I came in before, actually sat on the zoning board, which I would think that would be more of an it. But I think you just
sure.
Department heads.
That's a problem too.
Zoning, all have their real estate license. I just want to make sure, because before you come out, and that's where I'm kind of getting at, is you're saying corruption and conflict, but you're
well, you want to talk about issues? You want to talk about the fact that we have the LLCs buying up these homes? We're doing nothing to dissuade that. There's plenty of things you can do. Then there's
that's a great question, Chris. And Mr. Pollock,
these illegal rentals are an issue.
That falls in. Do you think that's when we went into the first question that I had, where I said, what are the core responsibilities that come with serving as a Jackson Township council member? Do you know that we have said, what we do is we create ordinances, right? We both agreed on that, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So who do you think enforces the ordinances, sir? Where does that enforcement come from?
Where's the enforcement of the ordinances? Well, I guess it would depend on the ordinance and what it's about. The local government is doing this,
Where
of course.
does the enforcement fall under?
For what?
For an ordinance. If you create an ordinance, right, or legislation, so who enforces it?
Right? Don't you have different services that enforce these? Like if it's a zoning thing, right, or something, you might have to have code enforcement enforcing, and somebody's not following the proper zoning. Am I right?
And who enforces that? Whose responsibility does that fall under?
Who enforces it? The local government. What branch of government for what? You have a specific example?
I'm asking you. You're asking me, and you're saying that the LLCs, they're outrageous and this and that, and we create, we legislation, myself and my council create ordinances. Who enforces them? It's a simple question.
The township, right? If they're breaking it, what is it? It depends on what it is. If they're breaking a certain law, don't they get fined? Don't they get penalties? Doesn't it fall on our code enforcement, our police officers?
It does not fall under the police officers.
Okay.
Police officers do not write LLC tickets for.
Yes. So then code enforcement. Then that's what I'm saying. Code enforcement.
Who controls? Who is it responsibility to manage code enforcement?
The mayor is administrative.
Zoning.
The mayor is administrative.
So why are you blaming council?
Why did?
Not being implemented?
I'm not blaming you for not implementing. There's things you can implement to dissuade from LLCs from buying these homes like this. There's a lot of common sense solutions to these things, and you guys don't seem to be doing any of it. That's the issue. I'm not all.
I can't tell somebody a buyer can't buy and a seller can't sell. Neither can anyone. There's not, Trump himself cannot say.
That's not what I'm saying either. That's not what's being said.
Meeting of the minds and do a real estate.
Do we want a bunch of LLCs buying our single-family homes? I don't think anybody really wants that. I don't think anybody really wants that. I don't. Maybe you do, but I know the people in this town don't want it.
That's not what I said. I'm just saying that that's where we're coming down to, where we come to a meeting of the minds and agreement. It's like, are you able to work with the council? So I just asked you a simple question, and the answers that you gave me were, you just said, you know what, Jen, that's a great question. I don't know. Can you please explain what my role is going to be?
Well, I did say multiple times code enforcement. Did I not say code enforcement multiple times?
I said who manages code enforcement? And you
Administrative.
did not answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Oh, no, we got there. No,
so
we got
so
there.
why are you cutting
I just
funding to
wanted-
code enforcement? You want to get into code enforcement, why are you cutting funding for code enforcement? Why are you attacking them? You attack them, Palmieri's attacking them. Why is there being an attack on them? It's really strange considering some of our biggest issues are quality of life, and that has to do with code enforcement. So why are we attacking code enforcement?
So, sir, why don't you do the due diligence that I've done? Because I've done an audit.
Yes,
of code
your due
enforcement.
diligence.
Why don't you do an audit of what they do all day and where they're driving? We just got GPS put in their car. Why
Yes.
don't you see how they're sitting home? Why don't you see where they're at? Why don't you see that you have a code enforcement officer that works 40 hours a week, all right, and we're in zero violations? And when I
Well, why did you first attack code enforcement saying they're doing too much? Oh my goodness. Go ahead.
Department head, why is your employee not working? You know what? That's a great question. I'm going to bring them in and I'm going to ask them. So let me go on to my next question. So I want to be respectful of your time. So the next question is, so will you continue to blog when you are privileged with private and confidential information? And are you able to keep the two separate?
I will not continue to blog about sensitive and inside information. No, I would not do that. That is the wrong thing to do. I will still voice my opinion and speak my mind, but I will not divulge any information like that.
Okay, perfect. That's what we wanted to know. And the last thing, I just wanted to say, I had dropped off food to your place of business for the food pantry, which you put out. Have you followed up with the food pantry, and do you know their current status?
Yeah, I'm going to be contacting them. This is the last week of food distribution we're doing, so I got to get in touch with them and then try to set up a time next week to drop everything off.
Okay, so you know the food pantry is closed as of the 30th of last month, correct?
Yeah, I know it's closed. I'm talking about the Jackson Baptist. The Jackson Baptist Church has a food pantry. That's who I'm speaking of.
Oh, because when you did your blog, you had said you were doing it for the Jackson food pantry, and you were going to collect food to bring it to the Jackson food pantry. So I guess
No, that's not what I said. I said I was collecting and I was distributing it myself. And then after whatever leftover is going to go to the Jackson Baptist Church.
Okay.
Who has a food
You said
pantry.
that you were ending the collecting on the 30th of May, and that you were going to be delivering it yourself. I know it didn't
I
come
was
with the 2 weeks free
distributing.
membership
Once
to
again, I don't know why we're getting
your
into semantics over this, but
business.
it's distribution. I'm distributing. I've been giving out to people in need. People in need have contacted me, and I've had them come in, and I've given them whatever they take whatever they need. And
No, I think that's great. But your blog or your video had said that you were stepping in because council wasn't doing anything pertaining to.
No, that's not exactly what I said, but we'd have to go back to the video. I'm saying I'm not playing politics with this. Well, you guys are going back and forth with the mayor.
No politics. I delivered food to your place of business.
Okay.
I didn't get that 2 weeks though. I'm still waiting. But what I wanted to tell you is it wasn't a food.
What did you say?
Problem.
What did you say?
It was a lack of location.
I understand, but you guys are fighting back and forth with the mayor about it, and I'm just going to do something. There's a difference there. I don't know how what you're thinking or perceiving.
Okay. Are you currently do you speak with our mayor?
No.
So you've never spoken with the mayor?
I don't care about I don't care about the mayor. I've spoken to him, but I don't. Whatever. Okay. I don't care. I think he's on his way out, and that's it. He's gone. I don't really care anymore.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So the last thing is, you understand that you still get this is an appointment by council. Majority of council will make the appointment. It'll be read on Thursday at the council meeting.
Oh, so you said you didn't get your 2 free weeks of karate? That's what you said to me? I was trying to piece together. You gave me little snarky ass comments.
You offered, if people dropped off food, you offered 2 weeks.
Is this like this? Honestly, is this the stupid shit you're trying to do? You're gonna you didn't give me 2 free weeks of karate.
I thought it was.
Are you making a joke? I don't know what you're doing, but I don't like it.
I'm not making a joke, sir. I'm trying to have a conversation.
And you're trying to be like, he didn't do what he said he was gonna do about the food pantry. This is bullshit. Okay? I don't like this. I'm a fucking straight talker. I don't like this political crap, and this is what people hate. You're trying to cause a problem after I go out of my way to try to help people in need. And you're going to try to cause an issue with me over it? That's what it seems like. And it seems like you don't pay attention to the things I say either and bring them up here.
Okay, sir. I would appreciate the profanity not to be used towards me.
Oh, well, I'm a straight shooter. Deal with it.
Open council seat.
I don't care.
I'm sorry?
I don't expect you guys to pick me anyway. I don't think you got the balls to pick somebody who's a harsh critic of you. You want somebody you can control. I don't play games with this. I know you guys love to play games and you don't know how to handle me, and that's fine. That's even better. I'm not going to play games with you.
Sir,
Go ahead, continue now.
At the memorial that you
Wow, that was amazing. Yeah, I don't want to look at you. That's why. I don't want to look at any of you.
Why would you want to sit on the dais with me then, sir?
Because I want to do what's right for this town, and I want to represent the people.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, again, and you question about the real estate. How long have you lived in town?
I've been here almost 7 years. About 7 years.
Perfect. Then you should have known that our previous have been licensed realtors.
Well, guess what? Why is everybody upset and unhappy about what's been going on in
I
town?
don't know, sir, because they're not...
You don't know. Exactly. All right. Go ahead. What else you got? I don't know how much time we got.
I just wanted to know if you had any questions for me. I want to be respectful of your time.
What do you think about Morty Bernstein's wife having a political action committee with a major developer's wife who you also have a previous relationship with? Do you think that's okay?
I have no knowledge.
You have no knowledge.
Any of that.
Oh, I love it. This is great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Welcome. Anything else?
Nope. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Oh my God, what a piece of shit.